Hey guys, today I'm showing you some Hypixel Skyblock late game money making methods. Let's get started. Now the first money making method is doing slayers like Enderman Slayer and Blaze Slayer. For Enderman Slayer, you can get some pretty cool drops like the Judgment Core, the Endstone Idol, and some other small drops like Summoning Eye and Enchant Ruins. Now we can use as explosive arrows the Juju Bow or Terminator, a placeable item like Overflux or SOS Flare, a Hyperion for damage, a Fire Veil Wand for some extra damage, and a Wand of Atonement for some healing, and a Pigment Sword so we can get more defense, and a Vorpal Katana right here so we can get some more ferocity. You can also carry players in Enderman Slayer down here, and the Zealot Bruiser hideout, you can go right here and carry players. Now the person that's going to be doing damage to the boss is going to be down here with their Hyperion, doing damage like normally, and the person that's getting carried is going to be up here with a Mithril Cloak and a Wither Cloak Sword. The Mithril Cloak will let them reduce damage from the Enderman boss, and the Wither Cloak Sword, when you right click it, will get rid of the beacon damage. And the boss is going to spawn some Enderman skulls, that's just going to be over here, and you're going to have to disable your Wither Cloak Sword to look at them, and if you don't get rid of them, they're going to be doing a lot of damage. You probably charge 1 mil or 1.5 mil, depending if it's Aatrox Mayor or depending on how much someone's willing to pay for a tier 4 carry. And for Blaze Slayer, you're able to get a lot of cool drops like Archfiend Dice right here, which is around 3 mil, a Scorched Power Crystal, which is around 800k, a High Class Archfiend Dice, which is around 30 mil, a Duplex Book, which is 700k, and you're able to drop this Ash right here, and when you do a tier 4 boss, you get 110. And when you drop that Ash, you're actually able to sell that for profit. You're able to sell that Ash for 70k profit for each time you do the Blaze Slayer boss. All you need for Blaze Slayer is a Warden Helmet and Crimson Armor, a Hyperion for healing, a SOS Flare or Overflux for healing, a Grapple Shot and tier 3 daggers right here, and the Wither Cloak Sword just in case if the pillar spawns. The Blaze Slayer is a pretty simple and easy money making method, and it's pretty good since you get around 70k to 80k profit per boss. Now next money making method is leveling up a golden dragon pet. You can buy level 1 golden dragon pet for 600 mil and sell level 200 one right here with no candy on it for around 780 mil. That's around 180 mil profit. Now I'm going to be showing you some ways to level up the golden dragon pet. The first one is actually in the Crimson Isle over here, and you want to go all the way down to the magma chambers, and you want to use your Hyperion with a mage set and kill these flares over here. And you want to teleport around the whole entire magma chamber just like this and kill them one at a time, and by the time you come all the way back around over here, they should be respawned. Now for these strategies, you want to use a combat XP boost. That's so you can get the most combat XP for your pet. The next method is in the Dwarven Mines, and you want to teleport over here to the Royal Mines and down here where the ghosts are. And you're able to kill these ghosts. You're able to use a Crimson Armor with Warden Helmet, and a Giant Sword or Claymore. Now you want to be doing it consistent around 800k damage or 1 million damage per hit. And if you're doing less damage, be sure to check your stats tuning over here. But Ghosts can give you a lot of combat XP and Sorrows, which can sell for 94k and 80k on the bazaar. But if you're already doing a lot of damage to the ghost, you can actually use a Daedalus Blade, that's so we can get some more magic find. Now next one is in F6 or Master Mode 6. And you want to get all the way to the boss room. You can do any DPS like Archer, Berserk, or Mage. So for this method, if you're using Mage, you want to use your Hyperion, of course, your Mage item that does a lot of damage. For Berserker, you want to use your Livid Dagger. I haven't tested it yet. Maybe a Giant Sword or Claymore. For Archer, your Terminator or Juju Bow would work with some Necron Armor and Sedan Head. So that's the way you can do the most damage. Now that you're in the boss room, you want to teleport to the middle over here and kill these golems. They're all around the center, and you'll get a lot of combat XP from this to level up your golden dragon pet. And after you're done killing the golems, you can just warp to the hub or dungeon hub, and you want to keep doing that again. That's so you can level up your golden dragon pet really fast. If you don't want to be doing all of that stuff to level up your golden dragon pet, you can do an AFK method, which is minions. You can probably use a high combat giving minion like Revenant minions or Tarantula minions. I think people usually do tier 12 Revenant minions. That's the so we can level up your pet fast. I haven't really tested it out myself though. Of course, you probably want to use a flycatcher or a minion expander right here, and a super compactor so we can enchant everything, and probably a minion storage as well. But whenever you're collecting minions, be sure to have your golden dragon pet out so we can get the XP for it. But these are pretty simple ways to level up your golden dragon pet. If you guys know any other ways, let me know in the comments below. Next money making method is Diana parties. Of course, you're going to need a legendary griffin pet to do this money making method. And there's a few ways you can actually do this money making method. Now the first way is joining parties with 6 people. So there's going to be the killer, and there's going to be the other loot sharers. The killer is going to be having the most magic find in the party, and most looting sword, like looting 5. Where the loot sharers are going to be wearing a magic find set like Sorrow Armor, and using a Daedalus Blade, that's so we can get some more magic find from their golden dragon pet. The loot sharers will have less magic find than the killer. Now you probably want to do these Diana parties because there'll be more of a chance of 6 people getting more Inquisitors than doing it by yourself. So if you spawn an Inquisitor, you want to say your coordinates in chat. That's the way everyone can go to that area and do 1 million or 1.5 million damage to the Inquisitor. Whenever they do that, they get the loot share from the Inquisitor. And you probably want to lower the Inquisitor to 10 million health or 5 million health. And whenever the Inquisitor Killer is going to be there, which is the person with the most magic find with looting 5 or looting 4, they'll kill the Inquisitor, and then everyone else standing by is going to be using their Daedalus Blade and Sorrow Armor. That's the way they can get the most magic find. But of course, you can do this solo. You can probably use Crimson Armor and a Daedalus Blade when it gets low in health. But I do recommend a party so we can loot share more Inquisitors, so we have a more chance of getting a Chimera book, which sells for 132 mil and 135 mil. But of course, you can get some other items like Washed Up Souvenir and Dwarf Turtle Shellmets and Ancient Claws. And one of the best drops, a Griffin Feathers that can sell for 128.6k, 130k. But Diana parties are pretty simple and easy to do whenever she is mayor. Next money making method is Master Mode 7 and 6. In Master Mode 6, you can drop a Precursor Eye for around 30 mil, a Giant Sword which you can sell for around 100 mil, and Fell Skulls, which is around 5 mil, Necromancing Sword, which is around 9 mil, and Soul Weaver Gloves, which is around 5 mil. And of course, the best drop is the 4th Master Star, which you can sell for around 60 and 70 mil. And for Master Mode 7, you can drop the Hyperion Scrolls right here, and a Necron's Handle, Auto Recombobulator, and Recombobulator, and also the 5th Master Star, which is around 80 million coins. And of course, you don't have to rely on these big drops for money sometimes, because the chest can give you like 500k profit from now and then from enchantment books and essence. And that's all for the Hypixel Skyblock late game money making methods. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for some more Hypixel content. If you guys know any other late game money making methods, let me know in the comments below. I'd like to hear what other methods there are out there, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!